Hi there. This isn't a usual assignment vlog, this one is personal. Over the last few months, Global Graduate Awards in Innovation and Enterprise has challenged me not just to think differently, but to be different, to see problems as possibilities, to fail fast, and most importantly, to reflect. And that's what this vlog is all about. How this course has helped me to discover new ways of thinking, my new strengths, and areas I didn't knew that I need to improve on. So we started things off with Enterprise Cube Takeover, where we have to imagine an on-campus incubation space, where me and my team brainstorm from everything from student-led cafes to pitching pods and even to collaboration zones. It was chaotic, not gonna lie. It was chaotic, it was messy, but in a good way. It was my first taste of building something from scratch, under pressure, where no right answers were in mind and no time to second guess. What I learned there? Well, I think I love starting things from scratch, where the path is not clear, but I like making things where the resources are limited. Then came the simulation activity, and honestly, it felt like speed dating with investors. Each table has different style of investors. Some were moody, some were perfectionist, and some were inquisitive, and some were just, environmentalist. And our challenge was to tailor our pitch accordingly for each investor types. We represented Primark, not in its current state, but Primark of 1980s as an unknown brand. What meant for us that we have to defend our idea with limited brand recognition and need to face real questions around ethics, competition, and impact on local communities. It made us to think fast and read the room and back our words with purpose. We ended up convincing three investors to invest in our vision, and we were the best performing team in that round. That moment reminded me that confidence isn't about having all the right answers. It's about being adaptable, grounded, and being clear on your why. One of the most surprising sessions of the GGA was the venture out and our trip to Rural Life Museum. Our task was simple. We have to create a TikTok campaign to help the museum appeal to the younger audiences. At first, it felt like a social media campaign, but as we explored the site, we learned about the Victoria era housing and how this museum had a significance in during World War II. We had a very informative session with the director of the site who shared their story about their online strategy and how he kept the museum afloat during the COVID, and now how they're trying to move away of relying on the older audiences and how he's trying to pivot the museum towards a younger audience. So, net, our TikTok was not just for fun. It was about bringing creativity to bridge generations. That day taught me digital content can do more than entertainment. It can help institutions bring in real change. Came the hackathon, the star of GGA. Our idea? Boba Skin. Anime inspired skincare made for teens, developed in eco friendly and catchy packaging, that is, in boba shaped pearls. It sounded playful, but the concept did have some depth. We were tackling real problems, unrealistic beauty standards, lack of cultural relevance, and sustainability. Initially, I was skeptical about the market potential, but my team was really passionate about it, and their passion helped me to see what I missed. Entrepreneurship isn't just about spreadsheets, it's about people. Sometimes the best idea comes from culture, care, and connections. The Global Academy Awards bring in the voices across the world, and their stories really stuck with me. For example, Ashish Agarwal talked about the mindful consumption and the ripple effect of the waste. Each person in UK contributes to around 76 kgs of food waste a year. That translates to around 5 billion kgs of waste nationwide. He challenged us to think, what if a small action can have a gigantic impact? Then there was Tharsan, a chiropractor practicing in Hague, Netherlands. His advice was simple: provide superior service and truly care and trust your vision. He reminded me that uncertainty builds character, and taking a leap isn't reckless, but it's about where the growth really lies. Their stories helped me to reflect on my own story. What kind of entrepreneur I want to be at the end of the day? Someone who listens and someone who starts small and not afraid to take big leaps. One moment I will never forget was the Think Pink in Actors Challenge. We weren't selling any product, we were supporting single women in Sri Lanka, helping them become a licensed tuk tuk driver through Rosie May Foundation. We designed campaign materials, posters, and even organized a masquerade themed charity ball. It wasn't just an awareness drive, it was our way of designing, branding, and storytelling to create safety and dignity for the women. That experience reminded me why I love innovation, because at its core, it helps people live a better life. This whole experience taught me more than I ever expected. That I'm not just someone who can follow instructions. I can ideate, collaborate, rethink, fail, but I will still try again. Before this course, I saw entrepreneurship as something flashy and techy. Now I see it as something deeply human. It's about imagination, empathy, and I feel it's where the courage really lies. For me, there is still a lot of things to learn. Being more decisive in team settings, trusting the gut, and letting go of perfectionism. But for now, I'm afraid to face those things because growth isn't just the process, it is the process. So, what now? Now I carry these lessons forward, not just in my careers, but who I want to be. Someone who sees problem as possibilities, someone who asks, what if? Someone who is learning not just how to innovate, but how to care. Thank you.